Sunspot!
Let's go! Actually the only clip I'm reviewing from the MTV Movie Awards because I thought overall not a lot of new footage was shown, certainly not enough to warrant a review. We saw a quick shot of Splinter from behind, you know, the sensei for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but otherwise really nothing new, as I said. But I think X-Men Days of Future Past really capitalized on the opportunity by showing a lot of new footage. They basically showed the first fight from the movie, or one of the first fights, and it was a lot of fun to watch. Largely because I'm a comic book fan. I'd be curious how non-comic book fans felt about the scene, but as not only a comic book fan, but an X-Men comic book fan, I kind of geeked out over this scene. It was so much fun to see these mutants display their powers, and also mutants we hadn't seen before. I thought Blink, oh, I love Blink. I love Blink so much as a character. She's one of my favorites, and I thought that Fan Bingbing did a great job here. I mean, you didn't see her say anything, obviously, but her power set looked great, and it was another great way to show teleportation. Of course, we've seen Nightcrawler in these films so far, but it was great to see another mutant. Teleporters, as we often discuss in comics, are crucial to any X-Men team. You've got to have a teleporter, and I think that that was shown here, why it's so crucial to have one on the team. So I thought the Blink was very well realized. I also liked Bishop. I thought he looked pretty cool. Omar Sy, of course, is in the role. He's going to be in Jurassic World in 2015. Huge French movie star, so he's starting to see if he can take some baby steps into the US market. He looked pretty cool. I liked the way that Sunspot powered him up. It was interesting to see the lights in his face, I guess they have to try and make Bishop look a little bit more interesting for a visual medium, and then that powered up his gun. That was pretty cool, so I liked that a lot. Kitty Pryde obviously was doing her thing. Iceman, iced up, he rarely iced up in the first couple of films, but I guess they have a little bit of a bigger budget. I don't know how convincing his icing up was. I think he and Sunspot, while they went full power, and so that they were just basically beings of their power, fire and ice. While that was cool, it looked a little bit, not as, I think, as good as it could have. But still, I think with Iceman, he was moving around a lot, so you didn't focus too much on that. And I like showing the very famous Bobby Drake, like ice slalom that he makes for himself, ice bridges. That's huge in the comics, very well utilized here. Sunspot, he was my least favorite just because, as many of you have said with the other trailers, is that he doesn't have the right power set. Sunspot has black fire. He's like a black hole. It's a very cool effect. I think it would have looked great on film. And now he just is, it's hard to tell him apart, almost impossible to tell him apart from Johnny Storm. Also the way I think he was supposed to be like a mini sun. That's why he had those solar flares and such that I believe if you go close to the surface of the sun you can see. I guess that somewhat intellectualizes his power set, but still, I wanted black fire. That's the way they should have gone. And Warpath and Colossus, you didn't really get to see them do anything here. But as I said, it was a cool scene. It really made me very happy as a comic book fan, and that's why I go to see an X-Men movie, as I've discussed before with the other trailers, to see these X-Men in action. And with today's special effects and today's budgets and the movies have the competition going on, I should be getting this. So I'm glad that Bryan Singer is delivering. And while we've had problems with Bryan Singer, particularly with Superman Returns and some of his work since his glorious X2, I think we can all agree that nobody knows how to stage a mutant power scene, a fight, quite like Bryan Singer. And so I'm really excited to seeing a lot of that in this movie. And this was a great, as I said, a great use of this opportunity to show that this is going to be an exciting film with a lot of powers on display. So I'm curious, what do you guys think of this spot? Does it make you have any more faith in the film? Or at least do you think it'll be fun, if not at all faithful to the source material? So write your thoughts down below. Who was your favorite mutant? Who do you think was well realized? Who do you think was not well realized? And again, are you excited to see X-Men Days of Future Past when it comes out surprisingly soon? All right, thank you so much for watching my review, and you can check out some more episodes right now.